Okay, welcome everybody to a new video. Today we are going to analyze the final table of the PokerStar $530 Super Tuesday tournament and from the WE Coupe Bootcamp, and we'll try to analyze all of the important hands so you can also improve in your game. Let's go. Okay, let's go straight away into the action. We'll analyze this final table. And we'll see what we can learn from them. I'll put 2x speed. So this guy is the shorter stack. Yeah, instead of, I don't think it's always an open. It's quite large. It's interesting if it takes it. We'll try to see if it takes it aggressively all the time or if it's just one time. The 3-bet here is perfect. The sizing is completely fine. I think there's no other option that I see here. This open with ace queen off is a bit more simple. Maybe queen 10 suited will flat here. We can fold also, and king jack off should defend. I don't see any other people here defending. Take your time in this video. I will also take a drink at the same time. Yeah, if you decide to flat, no, I decide to 3-bet, sorry. Just put it, rewind a bit. Yeah, decide to 3-bet. What to say about the sizing? Sizing seems okay. Shouldn't not 3-bet too much time on this position, less than La Follow before. So the sizing is always bigger. Decided to check back on the 7 high board. Of my understanding right now, I know that you're not supposed to c-bet too much those boards, so there's a lot of check back frequency because probably the only guy that can have 6-8 suited at a low frequency is the feeds back. I decided to bluff here on the turn. I'm not a huge fan to bluff on this 5x, but it worked fine. Because you already had ace high, so he could withstand some pressure. The goal of those videos for now is just to... some of the players, it sure will be better than me on this tournament. It's a $500 tournament, so they are really good in general. They are the higher you play, the better they are, the players. But just to give you some tips that I see, some information that I see that I will use also in my future game. If I see something that is really interesting, I will try to tell you why it's so interesting and how you can apply it in your own games to make you improve. Some money here. They can open. There's not so many flats normally in final table. But maybe he can flat here sometimes, those combos. We'll see what he decides to do. Because if he decides to 3-bet, is it a 3-bet call or 3-bet fold? It's not easy. It's not easy to know. Probably a 3-bet fold. And Manu should fold here. Fold or 4-bet jam, but I don't think he will 4-bet jam or not. Okay. King 9 suited is a bit on the same idea. You can 3-bet size or you can fold. Yeah, I will put the link in the description to KaliPoker if you want to find the replay of the video. It's really great you can follow the channel. It's really great to analyze your games. So it's really a great channel in general. I will put the link in the description if you want to learn from stuff. Ace 10 suited, best option here I think is to jam. At this like that, probably 15 big blinds deep, I would have some opens, but here I'm okay to fold directly. Lafalo had a small decision, but he cannot so much flat and then fold. And this guy has an easy fold. Yeah, what else can we learn from here? Probably everyone will fold here. Blind is blind, we see what they decide to do. It's also interesting to analyze the late game, the final table, sorry, to have the profiles of the players. If you are playing against them again, you want to see a bit how they play their range and how they play a bit their strategy. Stone has a 3-bet here, or jam. Decides to 3-bet small. Really, really small. And probably will jam on the flop. Let's see what he decides to do. I think he will go for the jam. Yeah, he goes for small sizing. Wow, they really like to small size on those on this final table for now. Well, I analyzed the last week. I analyzed the final table of the main event of Winamax, so you can find the video again. And what I wanted to say about this is that normally in Winamax they have way less small sizes in their strategy, the players. I think call here 9-10 off. You can second barrel a lot here, maybe half pot, la follow. We'll see what he decides to do. I will increase the speed of the view. Yeah, decide to do. What sizing did he decide to do? I didn't check where. Yeah, a bit more. A two-tier spot. Interesting. Yeah, I think it's a great sizing for now. He's managing the chip lead well. He's making the opponents make some mistakes. And choosing also his sizing well. So for now, a good decision. Ace check off. Sometimes you can induce, but jamming here, 10 big blind steep will be most of the time the first option. Okay, we don't have anything here. A7 suited can open here sometimes. Yeah, he will decide to open. And call from Tato. There's no real benefit in jamming here. If Manu decides to c-bet, I think he should raise straight away, Tato. I would have raised, yeah, I like this sizing. I like the option, I like the sizing, I would have raised directly. You don't want to play too passively out of position. So it's really a good option here to raise directly with all of this equity. And when you raise here, it's always you jam always the turn. It's always to jam on the turn. C-bet, ace-5 suited, sorry. What does he decide to do? Go for big sizing. I like the fact that he decides to change a bit his sizing. You're not supposed to c-bet range on those balls. Sorry, open here. Jam here, spin off. And maybe we'll have a first bust. Oh, okay. The guy wins $900. It must be quite a small field for the prize pool to be so low with so few people. Let's check. I think he has value on the river. Probably a small sizing. Yeah, goes for half pot. First thing. I like the fact that he didn't hear a call with king eye because when he checks back or when he has to check turn, the most probable hands are SIs. It's 9 suited. He decides to fold. Okay. Open here is enough. But marginal open depends on the big blind. I would have folded king queen off first position. He's 8 players. Yep, it's okay. There's several arguments here, but he's the last in the tournament. Also, there's 8 players less than before because there was 9 players left before. So it can make some sense, but I think it's quite a borderline, quite a border in the range. I will have to check because last time I checked those spots, king queen off I think was a fold. So probably I will have to check again. It's not easy to find sims at this stack depth at 8 big blinds deep from the UTG 9 players left. and decides to flat. I really like the option here with kings and yeah. I don't think he will fall with that much to add to the pot. Yeah, quite logical. Another elimination. Open here. Yeah, I wouldn't have defended. I think king four off here. With another stack that is quite shorter than him. Even against a button, I don't think this is a good defense. Or maybe if it's a good defense, it should not print a lot of EV. I probably wouldn't have defended. I like the way that he donked on this flop. Natrium has a call, I think, here with pair plus backdoor. And yeah, Pago decides to check turn. Natrium can half pot or I can check. Both options are really fine. Maybe he thinks he doesn't have enough value. And he will go for maybe check a river some of the time. Or half pot. Yeah, it goes for a little bit less than half pot. Interesting. Oh, it decides to muck. Wow. I think I would have never hero call here. It's really not a board that is really easy to bluff. You have to imagine what type of hands to call the flop and then transform on the river. So probably we'll call flop with a spades flush draw, a 4, a 5, or a pair. 4 or 5 sometimes he will raise. So I really don't think this is a good hero call. There's not so many hands that can turn into a bluff on the river. It's not really natural also. Then raise, can limp. I prefer limp or raise. Yeah, everything is fine. Because he has 1.5x the stack of the other guy. He can open quite wide. Here he can 3-bet if he wants. Yeah, it's a really nice 3-bet. Yeah, I haven't watched this final table before, but it's quite logical here to take some 3-bets. I don't think I would have flat out of position. You don't want to play big stack against big stack. And it goes for small sizing. With the 8 of clubs, normally you should call here in those spots, either in cheap EV, but in ICM, I'm not sure. Really not sure. Seemed like they enter a very big spot. I would have checked here with King 5 suited. Well, decides to go for a second barrel. And now Natrium has a lot of pressure. Decides to raise on the turn. It's really, really strange. I don't really understand why he does that. If you have an explanation, please leave it in the comments. I don't really understand this type of play. I don't really understand what he accomplishes. Uh, yeah. At the same time, it's not an easy call. Probably he decides to say, okay, I prefer to click and then fold if he decides to play against me. A jump here with ace 2 off, easy. Okay. And we'll lose another player. King 4 off. What type of yeah, no. I think it's quite an easy call here, 7 against it. It's okay. Because there's always all the antis in the middle. Open here with pocket nines. I like the fact that this decides to size up. Because there's a clear now short stack, you don't want to open too much. So it seems really reasonable to raise a bit bigger sizing. He decides to be a bit bigger. I think he wants to cut the defense of Pago. Yeah, okay. 2 or 2.5x are really interesting. I will see if La Follow decides to 3-bet or call. I would have gone for big sizing on the flop here. I don't really like the check. Probably we'll check back again, turn. Does he have two streets of value? I don't think so now. Yeah, he goes for half pot. Strange a bit the line that decides to take. Jam here with ace two off. And I don't think it's a call here with 10-7-6 suited. Last time, yeah, I checked those spots. He has 4 to add in the pot that will be, sorry, 11. 11 close to 12. So maybe he needs, yeah, 33% against the range of the opponent. No, maybe it's close. Yeah. 33%. If it's 33% required, then it's close. Jam here. I think jamming here is the best option because there's a player that is shorter. I don't want to induce too much. But 3-bet sometimes with a big sizing can make some sense. Can ISO, queen fourth. It says to check back, okay. Can stab here one big blind if he wants. Or check back, what are fine options. Stone will probably check again to check call. And I would bet in Atrium shows. Yeah, I like this option. Stone Dream will call. And river, they both have straight. Probably in Atrium will go for another bet. 2/3. Yeah, he goes for half pot. Interesting. Open here. There's a good 3-bet spot with king 9 suited. I will have took it sometimes. Yeah. S3 off. If you disagree, please leave a comment. We will discuss about the hand. It'll be really interesting. Here you can 3-bet sometimes. You can flat, not flat, sorry. You can 3-bet sometimes, or you can fold. Yeah, it says to 3-bet this time. Open or jam here with pocket queens. Both are fine. It says to defend with 2 and 6 off. I don't understand why. Seems too wide. I would have opened here with king 4 off. He puts a lot of pressure on both guys, so I think he can open quite wide here. Yeah. It's the break. Probably h2 off decides to fall directly against the chip leader. Why not? Prime here. Probably jam with pocket eights. That's too flat. Okay, interesting. Maybe jam, he thinks he will never be called by sevens or sixes. But probably 3-bets to induce other pairs to jam. I think it seems a bit too. If he was stack dominated, probably flat would be better. But if he has the chip lead, I would put more pressure in general. Can go for half pot here. Yeah. Hard disk will call probably. On half pot again. Interesting sizing. I don't know if hard disk will call in this sizing. He managed to take the maximum. I would have never called in Finn's back shoes. Seems you never win in those spots with a guy that called before. So, but it's quite a good sizing if you manage to let the two other guys call. I will remember this spot to try to understand a bit in depth. King Jack suited, we have a big decision here. Probably we can jam sometimes. Or yeah, we put the AC. Okay, let's go. I think it adds too much noise. It seems to add too much noise. I will remove it. The goal is for you to have the best sound possible. Check for off, okay. Increase the speed. 9-7 suited, I would have open here. 10-8 suited, I think it's open, good open. King Jack off, wow. I think it's never a call here. Can be a 3-bet or fold, but never a call. Because out of position against a player that covers you, you're never going to realize your equity. And I would have c-bet always on this 10-eye board. Yeah, I really don't like how he played it. 3-bet here with pocket queens. Always. 7 big blinds deep. Yeah, 7 big blinds is a good sizing. And feedback decides to fold. Jack 4 suited, probably yeah, defending. C-bet half pot seems good. Open here with pocket eights. Yeah. For now, they don't seem to be too aggressive. Natrium, that is the chip leader, doesn't really push the others around. Here he could open, for example, 7-5 suited. I decides not to do it. Yeah, that's a nice open. Probably he started to understand that now he can put a lot of pressure. Probably he decides to min raise. Doesn't really exist. Finsback seems to be um, a recreational player. I don't know if you have more information about him, but he does some things that are really strange. Pocket tens probably jam directly. Call, he decides to call. Yeah, really weird. I don't think there's ever a call with pocket tens here. Doesn't make a lot of sense. Yeah. Jam here with queen off, easy. Fold, pocket nines, rejam. Easy rejam here. I would have never called in this spot. I don't understand why he decides to call. I think there's only a jam. I like this open here. It puts a lot of pressure now. 10-3 suited probably doesn't win a lot of money to defend. Natrium will c-bet here. Yeah, with small sizing, which is the best. Open again. Yes. It's nice now. He puts a lot of pressure on them. He really understood that they will not defend a lot here in those spots. Can open sometimes. I would have gone for a bit bigger sizing. Because otherwise I think Natrium will be have an easy defense with all of his range. Just to apply pressure on us. Now I've got I think I will go for big sizing here on the flop. Probably closer to half pot. Open here, 3-bet with ace 10 suited or jam sometimes also. Tries to flat again. Don't really understand why. Doesn't he think that he's in value with this type of hands? Strange. And he lets the opponent realize his equity in position, so this is why I don't like it too much. Open here, pocket six. Uh, three bet. I would have three bet with Queen Jack off. Yeah, I would have three bet with King Jack off here. Okay. I like this open. Everyone will fold. I don't even know why I decided to think about it. It was so far. Probably limp rejam here, ace-10 off, f7 off. And if he goes into big blind, he should ISO. Yeah, nice. Limp rejam or limp call. Both are fine. Okay, limp call. Probably would have preferred limp rejam. Okay. Call here. With backdoor flush. And now I'll go for a small sizing, probably. 1/4. I don't think it's a good sizing here. It's quite an easy fold with two pair. Yeah, quite an easy fold. You will never value something else. Wow. I think it's quite an easy fold here. I don't really understand why he decides to call. You will never value. Wow, and this is not a jam. Wait. It's starting to make some big mistakes. Here, it's not a jam because he's the last in the tournament. And so he has the less ICM pressure. Probably he has like 5 or 8% of risk premium. And so you should never jam here in those spots. You will never accomplish what you want to accomplish. Open here. Wow, it says to jam. This one makes a bit more sense with Queen 6 suited. Because both players cannot move too much. But still, I think it's too wide. It's too wide. And he has an easy call with Ace Jack suited. Yeah, nice. Seems the guy is a bit tilted here. As a flat with pocket nines. This one is a bit more understandable in position with the bigger stack. Check. Probably go for half pot here. We can check also sometimes. Okay. Interesting sizing from Finn's back. And a curly position. Decides to check. And check back. Easy check back. Yeah. Open, fold for everyone. 3-bet from 3-bet from Lafalo. And 4-bet jam. Yeah, I don't really like how he played the 2-3 hands following his mistake with two pair 8-2 off. I don't really understand why he decided to choose this option. Those options, Queen 7 off. The jam is a bit too wide. Really too wide. Open here, okay. Nice to fold. I love this 3-bet. I don't think it's the bottom of call, but it's really interesting. Wow, to have a lot of 3-bets here in this spot. Probably he will save it at a high frequency here. I would have 4-bet jam. If you know the opponent is 3-betting a lot, I would have preferred to 4-bet jam with the ICM pressure here. You don't want to play too much. Well, I don't know why it says to check. Does he have like King 10? No, he doesn't have King 10 suited in his range or King 10 off. Probably makes more sense than I think about it. And you will fold. Yeah. Okay. I would have probably c-bet just to simplify the spot here. C-bet here. Yeah, small C-bet. I like it. I think Hardy's played really a strong game for now. Like, wow, this is never a call. This is never a call. This is another big mistake from Finsback. Now I'm sure that he's a recreational players. Here you should never call even King 9 suited or King 10 suited will probably make more EV three betting in this spot out of position when he's out of position. So calling King 7 suited out of position will be really difficult. He will never realize his EV. He will be dominated with all his King X's. So wow. Call here easy for the follow. Half pot. Nice sizing and jam river. And if Finsback loses on this one, he made a huge mistake. Wow. Huge mistake, and we lose another player. Put it down in the comments if you don't agree, but yeah, this one was a big mistake, and it cost him maybe $2K dollars, something like this. So it's a big mistake that cost him a lot. Call with ace nine of clubs. Okay, c-bet here normally. An easy fold. Yeah. Yeah, I like this sizing. I like how he plays for now. Open here. Yeah, nice. Call. No need to do anything else. Call, c-bet, range, and call from Atrium. Interesting to go for bigger sizing sometimes. Check. I will check back here in Lafalo's shoes. It goes for big sizing again. It decides to transform his 7 into a bluff. Yeah, it's really interesting. It's not, it doesn't seem too far-fetched. He really puts a lot of pressure on his opponents. So, quite interesting. Maybe he will go for the 3-barrel jam here. I don't know. I don't know if he would go for it. And this block also is interesting. But most of the time, what we saw is that this type of block is always taken in with value range. It's really more value than everything else. That is a really interesting flat. Now that I think about it, you don't want to play a very big stack against the chip leader. So you could either go for a extremely big 3-bet, or you can go for flat sometimes. This one makes a bit more sense for me than the other pocket 7s, pocket 8s that it chose before. And it's also interesting to donk here. I really like those options. Really interesting. He puts a lot of problems in his opponent's shoes. Call here. That is a really interesting. I will implement this in my next game. I really like what he decided to do. He will probably lose this spot, but it's quite interesting. It makes more sense than flatting before jam here, probably call. Yeah. Makes more sense than what he showed us before. Jam here with ace nine off, easy jam. Nice. Ardis really plays well from what I saw. Call here from not sure. Easy c-bet, probably half pot sometimes. Yeah. I like the size up here. Limp. Ah, no. No, I don't really like how he jumps too much. I think he jumps way too much in ICM. Hardys is the last of the tournament. He doesn't have more than 10% risk premium. I will show you, I've done other videos where I analyze risk premium, but I will do another video also if you have any questions on this. The other guy doesn't have a lot of ICM pressure, so you don't really put a lot of pressure on him. And so if he doesn't have a lot of pressure, it means he can call a bit wider in his big blind. He will not fold hands that you dominate. He will not fold like queen 10 suited or something like this. Or king jack off. Even if it accomplishes a lot to jam here queen 4 suited, I think it's too many big blinds. Can see bet small here. Call. I would have called, I think, with 2 overs sometimes. Call here, stone rim. Can second barrel. And stone rim can call or jam. Probably call most of the time. Oh no, jam, sorry, with the SPR. Such to call. And I don't think you have any value left with La Follow. Wow. Seems to be way too thin here to jam for value. I would have never jammed here for value. Does he really transform his king into a bluff? And he wants to rep the flush or the straight, sorry? I don't think so. I just think he overpriced his hand. Maybe I was thinking about pocket trees here. What do you think? It's a really interesting spot. If you think that we can jam in this spot, please leave a comment and tell me down below. It's really, really interesting. I'm thinking about jamming here in this spot. Nottingham has a huge ICM pressure here. Hard disk, sorry, hard disk has a small stack and a lot of, yeah, a small stack. I think here jamming pocket trees makes a lot of sense. I will probably run this spot for my students and also for my own curiosity. Yeah, we can discuss about this one. I think this one is really interesting in the comments. I think you can jam really here. Even if Natrium has a lot of blinds, jamming makes a lot of sense here. Fold, call. Yeah, please leave a comment if you have. Wow, this is not a jam. 6-8 suited at this stack depth. I don't think it's ever a jam. Seems to be way too aggressive in the jamming range. Check back, I like. C-bet. I think the best option to steal the spot is on the flop. So we'll have C-bet on Stone Dream shoes. And here we'll call. I think the call here, blind with blind, the ranges are quite wide. So you have quite an easy call here. And jam from RDs, best option here. Nice. Really nice. RDs, I don't think he made any mistakes or anything that I would have even thought that could be debatable in this final table. Everything seems to be really clear in his mind, and he plays really well. Lafalo will jam here, and probably kings will call. Call or jam, everything is good. Yeah, no surprise. Lafalo is eliminated. Now there are only 3 players left. Then 7 off, probably defense. Okay, decides to fold. Queen Jack suited jam. I would have jam, I think, 16 million deep. Even if it doesn't have a lot of ICM pressure, it will be difficult to realize a ton of EV, I think, at this stack depth. Limp. Yeah. Check back. Nice. C-bet or check, everything is good. Sorry, for those who don't know me, I'm Luna. I've been a professional for 2 years now, and I've studied the game also for 3-4 years. And now I've helped more than 10 plus students to improve in their games. So if you want to check out a bit more about the coaching program you want me to help you on one-to-one, you can check the link in the description. And also I use some software, some tools to improve my game. You can check also them in the description. And otherwise, just yeah, you can leave a like or leave a comment if you have any questions, and I will try to answer all of your questions for you to improve your game. Limp here, okay. Check back. I think he can go for half pot. Nice, or pot. Nice sizing also. And river it can also value. Nothing, this 8 doesn't change much. So even a big sizing makes some sense. I think stone drip should fold most of the time here. Yeah. I don't know what type of properties of hands you want to call here. Maybe you will jam like before. Just to limp this fine. Can jam. Ardis has a good jam here. I think ace-5 suited really likes jamming here. But check back is also playing a post flop against this player also makes sense. I think Ardis should have some edge against Natrium. Not a lot, because he doesn't have the stack depth to also play against him. But some of it. Open or jam, both are fine. This one is a bit more on open with ace-10 suited. Because Queen Jack suited doesn't have has less playability post flop. Can ISO, it can call limp. Both are fine with 10 to do suited. Goes for c-bet. Probably check raise or check call. Like both options. And he will second barrel, Natrium. Nice. I really like his sizing when he barrels post flop. He really puts pressure on the opponents way with good sizing. We have also a good raise from Ardis. Wow, and decides to rejam. Wow, wow, wow. Yeah, great dynamic. Natram is really a good player vs player. He really understands the dynamics of the plays. Probably he thinks there's almost no value that raises here on the turn, so he decides to raise here. Really interesting in his shoes to play like this. Okay, we'll skip the break. For now, Ardis is the clear short stack. They're playing for 4K. You can see the results, the rank and the results under. Check call probably. Nice. Goes for big sizing. I like the option. You can jam probably also sometimes here in Atrium on the turn. Jam here, easy jam. Nice. Open. Can ISO, I can check back. Both are fine. Jam here, easy. I like this open. Puts a lot of pressure now on the opponents. I don't think I would have defended in this position because he has a lot of ICM pressure. But at the same time, he's quite deep, so he can also realize a lot of equity EV post flop. Natrium will go for a second barrel, big one, I think. I goes for a small one, okay. Jam here, and easy call for pocket jacks. Really nice, really nice. And now it's the heads up for 2K more for the winner. Seems to last a bit too long. I will put the end of the heads up. In general, it's not the most interesting part of the game because both players have a lot of information on the opponents that I don't have. So you can learn a bit more about the game, but you cannot learn about their strategy and why they do such deviations. But if you want to see the whole tournament next time, you can leave a comment, and I will leave the entire heads up to analysis. But this one, I just want to do the final hands of the tournament and show you the most important spots. Can check raise here, check call, both are fine. Check raise, check call, and Stone Rim, I don't know what he will decide to do, call. And we can check, yeah, check call here with Natrium shoes. Check back, yeah. And we can go for small sizing here to value. Yeah, like, really interesting. He's really good at taking the maximum Natrium with his value range in general. really putting some small sizing that put a lot of pressure on the opponents. 6-9 suited, probably a neat limp, and jam from a7 off. Nice. I really worked a lot on the heads up spot lately because I've been playing a lot of spins, and it's really interesting to see how much more I know now about the stack depth, on how much more you have to play. Uh, sorry, the hands, how you want to play them in general, and also about the dynamic of the players. I don't think you should ever call here with 10-7 off in position. And you can jam on the flop if you want. Nice. Jam here and call. And this will be the last hand of the tournament. Well played against to Natrium and all the players that we found in the final table. If you want to, you can also subscribe to the channel of KaliPoker. It's really a good, really a great channel to improve. If you like the content and you want to see more, please leave a like, comment, and just subscribe also to the channel. I will do other analysis of the biggest tournaments or some interesting tournaments for you to improve in your game. And yeah, on Winamax, on GG Poker, on PokerStar, on the biggest websites in the world. And I really want to create a huge community on this channel. So yeah, please, if you like this content, just engage with it. And if you want to go deeper and you want to work with me on one-to-one, you want me to help you, like I've helped already 10 plus students, you can just fill the link in the description and the application, and I will get back to you shortly. And otherwise, I will see you in another video. Bye bye.